Infrastructure means roads and bridges, or how does that look in your head?
Just infrastructure in general, state buildings, roads, bridges, the whole
you can interpret it how you want.
Well, there's a lot of ways to look at infrastructure. There's sort of the traditional, do you have big enough pipes to move water from one place to another, and are the roads good enough to transverse? But there's also a less physical and more philosophical infrastructure that needs attention too. So if I could split those out, I would say we've been educating a generation of voters for a long time now to vote in favor of big government and let me help you, and free stuff is good, and you should rely on other people, share your stuff. I think we have to stop educating voters to vote in favor of that, and get back to this notion of being educated and earning and achieving and taking risks and building infrastructure, importantly, because we didn't exist, we didn't rise up from the desert because people didn't focus on infrastructure. So if you could just take one great example, if you look at the Central Arizona Project, that was built 65 years ago, capitalizing on work that Native Americans had done 300 years before that. That was an infrastructure project for us, for today. We drink that water, right? They didn't do that for them, they did that for us. My sense is we have to do something today that benefits the people 50 years from now. So what do you do to ensure Arizona's infrastructure needs are met? Well, one thing is you advocate for spending appropriately. And there's a bunch of money that comes into this state every single year that the governor has complete discretion to spend. Some of the money coming from the federal government is designated for particular purposes, and you don't get to pick. But there is a way for us to spend on infrastructure in a targeted manner. There are also plenty of people I talk to around the state who are interested in doing public-private partnerships that will help build infrastructure all over the state, and that strikes me as a really great way to go, because frankly, I'm not sure the government needs to do everything that the government does today. I think it's gotten way too big, wildly out of control. So I would say a couple things. One is target spending to really critical infrastructure building today that's going to benefit the future, and then two, find the private businesses that can build and spend and invest and, oh, by the way, make a profit going forward to benefit everybody that's using those infrastructure projects.